Hare Krishna, devotees. We start by offering prayers. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिविकासस्वामिनामिने विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामी नमस्ते सारस्वते गुरुवाचार्य विशेषशून्य जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखम करति वाचलम गलम गायत्री मत्कृपालभं वन्दे श्री गुरुदेवतारणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्री चैतन्येश्वरं कागीशा यस्य वदने लक्ष्मी यस्य सूक्ष्मस्य यस्यास्ति हृदये संवित् भजे गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय यस्य देवी प्राप्ति यथा देवी तस्येति कविताहि यत्तां प्रकाशन्ते एवं तत्प्रविश्यमां संजीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वदा अन्यां च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीं प्राणानां निजगुरुहरिवर्ण्य कृष्णचित्तोविचन्द्रप्रभुदेहात्म संसार भोविजाति विकासो भक्तिपूर्वे ग्रह हरे कृष्ण. So we are reading from the book, The Mood and Mission of Srila Prabhupada, the 3-volume book. So we are in the 5th chapter, Lord Chaitanya's mission, Srila Prabhupada's role, and then we are in the essay of nobody else. In the book, it is page number 185, 185. So those who are following the book, kindly note, it is 185, and we will start reading. So now first I would just Rupanand Prabhu, can you please start reading?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Nobody else. Disciples of Srila Prabhupada were more dependent on his guidance and mercy than disciple of any guru, previous or subsequent. They had no background of Vedic culture and no one else to guide them. It was he and he only who came to save them. Theoretically, any of Srila Prabhupada's god brother could have done what he did, but they didn't. They all knew that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted Krishna consciousness spread everywhere. But even knowing of his prophecy and their Guru Maharaj's attempt to fulfill it, others were not even thinking about actualizing it. Srila Prabhupada alone was the one who brought Krishna consciousness to the West and beyond. In Hong Kong, Srila Prabhupada noted, "We are doing something that none of my god brother could do, publishing literature in the Chinese language and distributing." Reference 7 to 9.
Panchadravida Swami.
Panchadravida Swami, Srila Prabhupada Leelamrit interview. In this regard, he related an allegory about Christopher Columbus. My god brothers criticize that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu predicted that the Krishna consciousness movement should spread all over the world. Therefore, I have no credit, because Mahaprabhu said it must happen. It is like Columbus' discovery of America. His friends said the land was already there. What is your credit? Then Columbus said, "All right, make this egg stand up." All of them tried but failed. Then Columbus broke the egg on one end and it stood up. His friend said, "Oh, anyone could have done that." But Columbus said, "Then why didn't you do it?" 7:30 reference Tamal Krishna Goswami's diary, 24th June 1977.
One second. Prabhuji or Mataji, does anybody remember Prabhupada quoting Columbus, Christopher Columbus in any other place in Bhagavatam or Chaitanya Charitamrita? Any of Prabhupada's books? Without reading,
No,
without seeing database. Anybody remember it?
no, I don't.
In the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Prabhupada gives credit to Columbus, Christopher Columbus. There is one more place. In one place, Prabhupada gives that. So we had the whole discussion about this in Atlanta, and it's there. There is one purport. Now you can check which purport. Third canto, if I'm not wrong. Third canto. Yeah.
Mm, By taking Krishna consciousness to the world, Srila Prabhupada did what others considered impossible. People thought like that Krishna consciousness is the monopoly business for the Indians or for the Hindus. They were thinking like that it cannot be preached. Nobody will take it. But I thought, if Krishna is God, why it will not be taken by everyone? It must be taken. So I was not very much hopeful to become successful. When I was in Boston port, I wrote one poem. I do not know why I have been brought here. How will these people take to Krishna consciousness? As soon as I will say these four regulative principles, they will ask me to go away. It is very difficult for this country or this part of the world to follow the four principles of regulative life: no illicit sex, no gambling, no meat eating, and no intoxication. Even Lord Jetland, when he was given this formula for becoming advanced in spiritual consciousness, he flatly replied, "It is impossible for us. But impossible thing can be made possible by the grace of Krishna. That is possible. Krishna is all powerful, provided we are serious and sincere. That is the main business. We must be very serious and sincere. Then Krishna will give you intelligence." Reference 731. Lecture dated 9th February 1975. Because Srila Prabhupada was very serious and sincere with full faith in Krishna and determination to execute his mission, Krishna gave him the intelligence and vision to do what to others seemed impossible. His personality, adaptability to various situations that he could not have imagined before he ventured west, his remaining fixed in the absolute truth in circumstances most unfavorable to realizing it, are all unique. Gaudiya Vaishnavas regularly quote Lord Chaitanya's famous Trinadapi verse, but to actually live it is another matter. Only because Srila Prabhupada fully personified the spirit of this verse could he even consider entering among the hippies. Some of his god brothers would not take food or water from Western disciples of his, even those who had been cultivating devotional service for several years. Srila Prabhupada never exhibited even a trace of such aversions or feeling of superiority. No Indian gentleman could imagine mixing with slovenly drug users who indulged in free sex. Yet Srila Prabhupada lived among the hippies, tolerating their coarseness while remaining fixed in his own purpose of glorifying Krishna and introducing them to Krishna Kirtan. Only with extreme tolerance, born of deep compassion for the fallen souls, and faith in the power of the holy names could Srila Prabhupada do what he did. What to speak of venturing to a far distant land with no friends and no money, and then living amongst drunks and hippies? None of Srila Prabhupada's god brother could have tolerated the cultural ignorance of the Westerners, who continually made behavioral errors like eating with their left hands or treating respectable elders with excessive familiarity. Ministering to people with no culture, no idea of Krishna consciousness, Srila Prabhupada had faith in the process. In deenheen yat chile hari naam uddharile, the holy name redeemed all fallen souls. Reference 732. Narottam Das Thakur, Ishtadev Vigyapti, verse 3rd, in Songs of the Vaishnava Acharyas, and applied and demonstrated its efficacy in circumstances so extreme that no previous preachers of bhakti, including possibly himself, could have imagined. As Srila Prabhupada wrote, if there is only one pure devotee in pure Krishna consciousness, he can change the total consciousness of the world into Krishna consciousness. Reference 733. Srimad Bhagavatam, verse 4.8.80 purport. Srila Prabhupada was himself that one pure devotee. Who else could even have thought of taking over the world for Krishna? And to that end, organizing mass distribution of Vaishnava literature, rural Varnashram communities, and many other original strategies for propagating and establishing Krishna consciousness. Reference 734. See, brilliant visionary and strategist. Who else would have dared to wield shastric truth to challenge the scientific orthodoxy or instituted systematic preaching to scientists? Who would have conceived of a Vedic city in Mayapur? Factually, no one else could have done it. As Bhakti Vaibhav Swami elaborated in his 1997 Vyasa Puja offering, except for your divine grace, nobody else taught us to educate our devotees and children in Krishna consciousness all over the world. Nobody else taught us to go out every day on street Sankirtana in every city all over the world. Nobody else taught us to distribute Krishna conscious literature all over the world. Nobody else taught us to regularly hold the Sunday feast in our temples for the visitors all over the world. Nobody else taught us to hold Rath Yatra festival all over the world. Nobody else taught us to establish temples and farm projects all over the world. Nobody else taught us to spread Krishna consciousness in every imaginable way to every country all over the world. Nobody else taught us to distribute Krishna Prasad to needy people all over the world. Nobody else taught us to preach to scientists and educated people all over the world. Nobody else taught us to manage and organize this movement all over the world. And nobody else taught us how to love Krishna and how to attain the highest possible perfection in Krishna consciousness. You gave us everything. Reference 735. Bhakti Vaibhav Swami Vyas Puja offering 1997. 736 reference. In the Vyas Puja book from 1969 to 2024, the phrase "you gave us everything" occurs 46 times, and you have given us everything 118 times. Several similar phrases occur less often. An example is "He has given us everything."
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mother,
Hare.
see that. Ruchira Mataji, can you please read?
Pranam Prabhuji. Yes.
Yes.
The realization, am I audible like
One second.
voice is clear?
Somebody else. Yeah. Yeah, now you can. Because somebody else's mic is on and it was considered. Yes, ma'am. You can read.
Yes. The realization that Srila Prabhupada, quote, gave us everything, unquote, naturally engendered in his disciples a profound sense of gratefulness. Kripa Mai Dasa. We are a product of your teaching, preaching, guidance, encouragement, and discipline. Everything we know or share with others comes from you, and therefore we owe you everything. Reference 737, Kripamaya Dasa, Bhaktivedant Manor, Vyas Puja Offering 2001. Satswarup Das Goswami described why Srila Prabhupada was able to do what others could not, and why all the future generations of Vaishnavas must remain grateful to Srila Prabhupada for his gifts. On the night of Srila Prabhupada's Viraha Mahotsav, reference 738, Viraha Mahotsav, a function to honor a departed Vaishnava. The leading Goswamis and Panditas of Vrindavan gathered and honored Srila Prabhupada. They gave speeches, many in Hindi, which we couldn't understand, all praising Srila Prabhupada. One of Srila Prabhupada's god brothers was slighting Prabhupada. He said that he had also gone to America some 10 years before or so after Prabhupada and had stayed as the guest of a professor. The professor had said to him, quote, Swamiji, if you had come earlier, you could have converted thousands of hippies to become your disciples, unquote. And he said, quote, but I told the professor, no, that's not my temperament to deal with this hippie class and low class kind of people. Someone else can do that. This is not my temperament, unquote. But actually, that means his temperament is that he can't do it. It means that
Yes.
his uh, okay. It
Yes, ma'am.
means Yes, it means that his temperament lacks great compassion and boldness and expertise because a Vaishnava wants to convert the conditioned souls. Actually, it is a fact that it was not his temperament. He did not make thousands of disciples because he didn't have a compassionate, expert, philosophical, humorous, tolerant, completely non sectarian temperament. Srila Prabhupada's present disciples are not particularly fond of Hindu culture or even Vaishnav culture as it exists now in India. It is not that we could have been converted just because of our attraction for the culture. Rather, it
Yes.
was because such a dynamic preacher, such a great soul, who was a citizen of the whole world, came and delivered us. So, if you call that temperament, quote temperament, it's the temperament of the great soul. We have to be so grateful to Prabhupada because by his own personality, actually he rescued us. He presented Krishna consciousness according to time and place. Otherwise, by reading the Bhagavad Gita in the library or anything like that, no one would have come to Krishna consciousness without Srila Prabhupada's example. And even those who will come in the future generations will also be totally indebted to Srila Prabhupada's work. Whatever anyone did before him, which led to him in the parampara, must be acknowledged. But what he did can never be overemphasized. It cannot be appreciated enough, and whatever anyone does after should never be thought to be independent of what Srila Prabhupada has done. Reference 739. Satswarup Das Goswami, he lives forever. In a Vyas Puja offering, Rupa Vilasa Dasa similarly waxed on the importance of understanding Srila Prabhupada's uniqueness. Srila Prabhupada, sometimes your disciples, myself included, misunderstand or have misunderstood your unparalleled empowerment, authority, and vision, as well as your unique and fully conceived presentation of the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, specifically tailored to a worldwide preaching movement. Your realized vision and perspective about how to present Krishna consciousness, especially to the Western world, indeed everyone everywhere in the world, needs to be always up, uppermost in the minds of your followers, particularly when disruptive and alien ideas are being propagated by persons either inimical to or uncomprehending of your unique perspective bestowed upon you by the previous acharyas. There are many elevated Vaishnavas, but clearly none have been gifted with such a universal vision of Krishna consciousness as you. The proof is that no one before or since has even come close to duplicating your feats of coming to the West in a penniless and friendless condition and establishing a worldwide preaching movement of unsurpassed dynamism and effectiveness. This does not excuse subsequent lackluster efforts or deviations by us, your disciples and grand disciples, but refers to the unique preaching condition.
As I saw that was
Okay.
lackluster. Yes, Conte, lackluster.
Yes. Lackluster efforts or deviations by us, your disciples and grand disciples, but refers to the unique preaching movement created by you, still very much alive, active, and dynamic all over the world by the efforts of your sincere followers. Therefore, your opinions regarding the points of philosophical emphasis, preaching tactics, and priorities of concern must be given the first and foremost position in the hearts of those purporting to be your followers. After all, Srila Prabhupada, you are the one whom Lord Chaitanya and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, as well as the predecessor acharyas like Srila Rupa Goswami, personally empowered to spread Krishna consciousness throughout the entire world. No one else has shown such a miraculous ability to present the universal essence of the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Rupa Goswami to all countries and cultures of the world in a form which can be embraced and understood by all. None of your god brothers or god nephews has even come close to such an achievement, despite their other many exalted qualities. Reference 740 Bhaktivedant Manor, Vyas Puja Offering, 2009. Swami Sahajanand of the Divine Life Society of South Africa was another who recognized and extolled Srila Prabhupada's uniqueness. Regarding him, Srila Prabhupada stated, Sahajananda has written very frankly that, quote, all the Swamis and yogis are deriding Krishna. You are the only person pushing on Krishna conscious all over the world,
Consciousness.
single-handedly, unquote.
Mataji, Krishna consciousness.
Krishna consciousness all over the world, single-handedly, unquote. He has very much appreciated this effort. Everyone will do that. I am the single man speaking of God. Nobody speaks. All big leaders, politicians, philosophers, who is speaking of God? We are stressing only God consciousness. As soon as you speak of God, quote, oh, it is old fashioned to bring in God. Now we speak of science. There is no God, unquote. As soon as you speak of God, uh, quote, oh, you are useless. You have no advanced knowledge. Reference 741, Conversation 13th October 1975. Recognizing his position, Srila Prabhupada explained why he is unique. Quote, I am the only man at the present moment, unquote, you believe or not believe. And why? Because I am following Krishna's instructions. That's all. That is our process. What Krishna has said, we say, that's all. Therefore, there is a little success. I don't manufacture. I have no extraordinary power. I can not show magic or jugglery of words, but I sincerely present what Krishna has said. Reference 742, Conversation 22nd August 1976. When asked, quote, are you the only representative of Krishna present? Unquote, Srila Prabhupada replied, quote, yes, because I am sincere representative, representing my Guru Maharaj. Therefore, I am the clear representative of Krishna. Reference 743, Conversation 5th December 1970. In 1958, Srila Prabhupada penned the following words, desiring the return of his Guru Maharaj to this world and predicting the extraordinary events that would ensue were that to happen. Just as the Lord delivered Jagai and Madai out of his own causeless mercy, you explained to everyone that this same method of preaching work has to go on. The world has now filled up with many Jagais and Madhais to deliver. Everyone is anxiously looking down the road waiting for Chaitanya Nitai to come to their rescue. If at such a time as this you were to personally return to this world and once more preach about all these things the way you always used to do, if there were enthusiastic preaching activities again taking place in every direction, then all the people, as before, would be stirred up in the blissful excitement. Your profound shouting would cause the demons and atheists to flee, and your narrations of Lord Chaitanya's message would fill the hearts of the innocent souls. Again, the whole world would be excitedly bustling with good tidings. Reference 744, Viraha Ashtak 8.2 to 5, in a shower of divine compassion.
This Virashtaka was written by Srila Prabhupada himself.
Okay. Factually, the spirit of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur entered the personage of Srila Prabhupada who acted as his proxy to fulfill these desires. Only a person on the same level as Saraswati Thakur, being directly empowered by him, could do what Srila Prabhupada did. Reference 745. See also comment by Krishnadas Babaji. Prabhuji, PZ means?
Page Z.
Okay. Page
This is
Z.
page number, actually.
Okay, page number Z. And quotes regarding the only one on and page number Y.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Paramatmananda Prabhu. जी गुरु जी. Yes, Prabhu, please read.
Jagat Guru. Rameshwara voiced his appreciation. Quote, Prabhupada, you appear to us to be just like a king. Unquote. Quote, I am much more than any king. Unquote. Said Prabhupada. Reference number 746. Satswarup Das Goswami, Srila Prabhupada, Nectar 1.42. The term Jagat Guru literally means preceptor of the entire universe and indicates a benefactor of all people. Reference number 747. Chaitanya Charitamrit Madhya Lila 6th chapter, text number 58. Srila Rupa Goswami opens his Upadeshamrita by defining who is fit to be called Jagat Guru. Vacho Vegam.
Yes, sir.
Vacho Vegam. जी गुरु जी.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu, read.
Yeah. वाचो वेगम मनस क्रोध वेगम जीवा वेगम उदरपस्थ वेगम एतन वेगन यो विषयत धीरा सर्वम अपि मम पृथ्वीम सशिष्यत. A sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak, the mind's demands, the actions of anger, and the urges of the tongue, belly, and genitals is qualified to make disciples all over the world. Reference number 748. The Nectar of Instruction, Text 1. Scoffing at wannabes who merely label themselves Jagat Guru, Srila Prabhupada gave the actual requirements to fit this lofty description. There are many.
One second, Prabhu. This word coughing. Coughing means eat quickly. Okay, now the food. Superb. What is one of these? Maybe I should not touch this. I don't know. What is this? One of these. What is this? Wanabe. It's called wanabe. A person who tries to be like someone else or to fit in with a particular people. Okay. Yes, bro.
There are many Mayavadi sannyasis known as Jagat Guru, although they have hardly visited the whole world. Reference number 749. Chaitanya Charitamrit Madhya Lila 18th chapter, verse number 207, purport. Some Mayavadi sannyasis are always puffed up, accepting themselves as Jagat Gurus. Reference number 750. Chaitanya Charitamrit Adi Lila, chapter 7, text number 64, purport. However, one cannot become Jagadguru simply by advertising oneself as Jagadguru without knowing the essential principles for becoming Jagadguru. Any person who knows the science of Krishna and who is fully qualified in spiritual life can become Jagadguru. Reference number 751. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Antya Lila, 5th chapter, text number 85, purport. Many Hindu Swamis have traveled around the world, collecting followers and becoming famous, but they cannot be called Jagadguru. The real Jagadguru guides people on the right path, failing which he is not truly a guru at all, and makes a powerful and lasting impact. Certainly, this description applies to Srila Prabhupada. Yet, in another ways also, he must be recognized as Jagadguru. He spoke not only to a limited audience of religious adherents, but also uniquely among Vaishnava gurus, proffered authoritative and cogent advice for all aspects of human society, culture, social organization, economics, science, and so on. In yet another way also, Srila Prabhupada was Jagadguru, in as much as demigods up to the level of Brahma and the liberated spaceman Narada Muni would come to see him and hear from him. Reference number 752. See Srila Prabhupada Lilamrit, chapter 21, Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 6th chapter, verse number 31, purport. Of course, Srila Prabhupada was by no means the only scholarly and renowned saintly person from India. Far more than any other country, India has had many holy men, and it is they, more than kings and traders, who have largely shaped her culture and ambience. India's history abounds in sadhus who performed astounding activities, underwent superhuman austerity, had mystic abilities and experiences, and were legendarily learned, although not unique in being deeply steeped in the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Srila Prabhupada was unique in knowing how to apply those teachings to solve the multiple problems that afflict human society today. Prior to his bringing Krishna consciousness to the West, Srila Prabhupada might have seemed to be one saintly devotee amid many others, but by successfully establishing pristine Vedic religion throughout the world, Srila Prabhupada achieved a glory even more outstanding than the multitude of spiritual luminar,
Luminaries.
luminaries who had preceded him. Although, of course, his intention was to serve his predecessors, not outdo them. And certainly he outshone his contemporaries, as Tamala Krishna Goswami discerned. Though in India there were many sadhus, gurus, and holy men, no one could come close to equaling Srila Prabhupada. By accompanying him in his travels, the devotees repeatedly observed the uniqueness of their spiritual master in comparison with all other they saw. When they met in Allahabad to observe the Kumbh Mela festival, where all the saintly persons in India assembled Once every 12 years, Srila Prabhupada appeared as a brilliant full moon compared with all the other luminous personalities present. Reference number 753. Reference number 753. Tamala Krishna Goswami, Servant of the Servant, Chapter 12. Speaking on behalf of the residents of Vrindavan, Banwari Lal Pathak, a prominent member of the Brahmana community in Vrindavan, explained why they held Srila Prabhupada in such high regard. We, the people of Vrindavan, think that Vrindavan is a place of temples, a place of saints. This ancient land of Lord Krishna has ever been fortunate and has produced many seers and saints, and they have been glorified in this pious land of Lord Krishna. Among them, our Prabhupada ji is the biggest, because no one could do so much work for the sake of religion and spiritualism as Prabhupada ji has done. He has traveled all over the world preaching the name of Lord Krishna, and our Vrindavan, as we came to know, is known all over the world. These are the things of credit in the account of Prabhupada ji. We people in Vrindavan have great and high regard for him. Vrindavan has produced many great saints, but their work was within the limits of this country. Nobody could go out, but Prabhupada ji travelled all over the world and convinced the people to become devotees and see how their lives became full of happiness by the grace of Lord Krishna. Reference number 754.
Yes, Prabhu.
Mahanidhi Swami Srila Prabhupada at Radha Damodar. Speaking in Srila Prabhupada's presence before a large public gathering in Bombay, Giriraj Das similarly extolled Srila Prabhupada. Quote, the Krishna consciousness movement is all auspicious for the welfare of every living entity. Therefore, we say that Srila Prabhupada is the greatest welfare worker in the whole universe. Unquote. Again, the audience applauded. Quote, he is actually giving relief to living entities all over the world, and this relief can be given only by Krishna consciousness, not by any material adjustment. Now we shall ask Srila Prabhupada himself, the real Guru of the universe, to speak before this gathering. Unquote. And yet again, the audience broke into applause. Reference number 755. Lecture 29 March 1977. Giriraj Swami. I will build you a temple. Page number 475. It is natural for a disciple to think his guru to be the best, but factually, Srila Prabhupada is Jagat Guru, for it was by his influence that the entire world began to chant the holy names. A sincere student orally receives the holy name from the spiritual master, and after being initiated, he follows the regulative principles given by the spiritual master. When the holy name is popularly served in this
No,
way,
properly. Not popularly, Prabhu, it's properly.
properly, okay. When the holy name is properly served in this way, automatically the spiritual nature of the holy name spreads. In other words, The devotee becomes qualified in offenselessly chanting the holy name. When one is completely fit to chant the holy name in this way, he is eligible to make disciples all over the world and he actually becomes Jagat Guru. Then the entire world under his influence begins to chant the holy names of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Reference number 756. Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila chapter 7 text number 83 purport. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur explains that unless one is directly empowered by the causeless mercy of Krishna, one cannot become the spiritual master of the entire world. Jagat Guru. One cannot become an Acharya simply by mental speculation. The true Acharya presents Krishna to everyone by preaching the holy name of the Lord throughout the world. Thus, the conditioned souls purified by chanting the holy name are liberated from the blazing fire of material existence. In this way, spiritual benefit grows increasingly full, like the waxing moon in the sky. The true Acharya, the spiritual master of the entire world, must be considered an incarnation of Krishna's mercy. Indeed, he is personally embracing Krishna. He is therefore the spiritual master of all the varnas, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, and all the ashramas, Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. Since he is understood to be the most advanced devotee, he is called Paramahamsa Thakura. Thakur is a title of honor offered to the Paramahamsa. Therefore, one who acts as an Acharya directly presenting Lord Krishna by spreading his name and fame is also to be called Paramahamsa Thakura. Reference number 757. Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila 7th chapter text number 12 purport. Stating that, quote, my first business is to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world, unquote. Reference number 758. Later, 31st May 1975. Srila Prabhupada consistently spoke with great authority, being conscious of the role ordained for him as the Jagat Guru for all future generations of Vaishnavas. He did not try artificially to be Jagat Guru, yet he is actually Jagat Guru, for he brought Krishna to the entire world. His achievements far outshine those of the various Indian godmen who had preceded him in the West, while addressing a group of prominent.
Depends upon faith. Faith.
Yes, Prabhu.
No, I don't know somehow. Yes, Prabhu, continue.
While addressing a group of prominent citizens in the central Indian city of Indore in December 1970, Srila Prabhupada frankly told them, quote, in 3 years, I accomplished 100 times more than all the swamis and yogis who have come to the West in the past century, unquote. Reference number 759. Quoted by Hamsaduta Das, press conference in Surat. Back to Godhead magazine, 43, year 1971.
That is called as BTG article number 43, 1971.
Okay, BTG article number 43, 1971. Another time he objectively noted, quote, because I am carrying these words of Krishna throughout the whole world, perhaps I have done better service than so many Vedantists combined. All the Vedantists of India could not do that. That's a fact. Reference number 716. Conversation 26 December 1976.
Okay, Prabhu. So we'll wait for a few minutes. Thank you. I'll request some other devotees to read. Okay, Prabhu. Now, Gopinath Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, you can continue to read.
Yeah. Chapter 7, The Mission of the Previous Acharyas. Being grounded in Vaishnava traditions that date back millennia, the contemporary Krishna consciousness movement continues the mission of the previous Vaishnava Acharyas. All glory and success to Srila Narada Muni because he glorifies the activities of the personality of Godhead, and so doing he himself takes pleasure and also enlivens all the distressed souls of the universe. 761 Srimad Bhagavatam 1.638 text. Sri Narada Muni plays on his instrument Sri Narada Muni plays on his instrument to glorify the transcendental activities of the Lord and to give relief to all miserable living entities of the universe. No one is happy here within the universe, and what is felt as happiness is Maya's illusion. The illusory energy of the Lord is so strong that even the hog who lives on filthy stool feels happy. No one can be truly happy within the material world. Srila Narada Muni, in order to enlighten the miserable inhabitants, wanders everywhere. His mission is to get them back home, back to Godhead. That is the mission of all genuine devotees of the Lord, following the footsteps of that great sage. 762. Reference Srimad Bhagavatam 1.638 purport. The ultimate goal of studying all Vedic literature is the acceptance of Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Krishna consciousness movement is propagating the philosophical conclusion of Srila Vyasadeva and following other great acharyas like Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, Vishnu Swami, Nimbarka, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. 763 reference Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 2556 purport. All such transcendentalists who are naturally devotees of the Lord are always eager to render welfare service to the people in general. They are the real friends of the people in general. The unfortunate men of this age are always reluctant to give a reception to the transcendentalists who are representatives of Srila Vyasadeva and selfless workers always busy in planning something which may help everyone in all statuses and orders of life. The greatest philanthropists are those transcendentalists who represent the mission of Vyasa, Narada, Madhva, Chaitanya, Rupa, Saraswati, etc. They are all one and the same. The personalities may be different, but the aim of the mission is one and the same, namely, to deliver the fallen souls back home, back to Godhead. 764 reference Srimad Bhagavatam 1.4.17 to 18 purport. ISKCON is an instrument of the previous acharyas, for it continues the work of the acharyas who follow in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. To inundate the three worlds with nectar is the purpose of the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How this could be possible was exhibited by Srila Raghunatha Dasa Goswami and later by Thakura Narottama Dasa and Shyamananda Goswami, who all represented the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now that same mercy is overflooding the entire world through the Krishna consciousness movement. 765 Reference Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Leela 588 purport. This Krishna consciousness movement continues the tradition of the six Goswamis, especially Srila Sanatana Goswami and Srila Rupa Goswami. 766 Reference Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 23:104 purport. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted devotees all over the world, and Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura and Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura confirmed this. It is in pursuit of their will that the ISKCON movement is spreading all over the world. 767 Reference Chaitanya Charitamrita Hadilila 10:160 purport. The International Society for Krishna Consciousness has been formed to execute the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura. 768 Reference Chaitanya Charitamrita concluding words. Should I continue from here?
Yes, Mataji, you can continue. 1 minute is there, we can continue. We can complete this
Okay.
following and directing the previous acharyas. Yes.
Following and directed by the previous acharyas. This movement is directly in the line of the Brahma Sampradaya and strictly follows the principle of disciplic succession. Narada Muni is the supreme spiritual master of human society who can teach the path of spiritual liberation leading to the understanding of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Actually, it is for this purpose that Narada Muni compiled his Bhakti Sutra and gave directions in the Narada Pancharatra. To learn about religious principles and the perfection of life, one must take instruction from the disciplic succession of Narada Muni. Our Krishna consciousness movement is directly in the line of the Brahma Sampradaya. Narada Muni received instructions from Lord Brahma and in turn transmitted the instructions to Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva instructed his son Sukadev Goswami, who spoke Srimad Bhagavatam. The Krishna consciousness movement is based on Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. Because Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken by Sukadev Goswami and Bhagavad Gita was spoken by Krishna, there is no difference between them. If we strictly follow the principle of disciplic succession, we are certainly on the right path of spiritual liberation or eternal engagement in devotional service. 769 Srimad Bhagavatam 7:11-4 purport. As a continuation of the Brahma Sampradaya, the Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya stems from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and was defined by his principal followers. The Krishna consciousness movement is directed by these acharyas, especially Srila Rupa Goswami. Whatever we are preaching now is based on the principles laid down by the Goswamis. 770 reference lecture 9th December 1975. Devotional service means that one does not do anything independently of the sanction of the acharyas. The actions of the Krishna consciousness movement are directed by the previous acharyas headed by Srila Rupa Goswami. 771 reference Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, chapter 87. The Krishna consciousness movement is conducted under the supervision of Srila Rupa Goswami. 772 reference The Nectar of Instruction preface. The present Krishna consciousness movement is based on the authority of Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada. We are therefore generally known as Rupanugas or followers in the footsteps of Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada. 773. Reference the Nectar of Devotion Preface. From these and many other statements, it is clear that Srila Prabhupada saw himself as fulfilling the spiritual legacy left by the greatest of teachers in Sri Chaitanya's line. 774 reference Satyaraja Dasa from Milward to Mayapur, page
No,
69.
Milwaukee. Mataji, it is a place in the United States. It's called Milwaukee.
Okay, Milwaukee to Mayapur, page 69.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you. So we'll stop here. We'll continue tomorrow from this essay, fulfillment of the previous Acharya's efforts. And we'll stop reading here. And if any devotees wants to leave, they can leave. If you want to ask something, they can ask now. Else we'll stop here. Hare Krishna. So Mike, it's on to you. Somebody wants to say something or ask something?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thanks, Mataji.
Radha Prempriti Dasi here from Bombay.
Yes,
I
Mataji.
wanted to thank you because of you, I now have this book that day you
Oh,
inspired. So thank you so much.
you got the book?
Yes,
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Mataji.
yes. Because you asked me that you should have a book, so I ordered the book. My daughter ordered for me, and now I have it.
Yeah. What I want is, yeah, just suddenly I thought of it. Maybe some devotees can do. They can take less than a minute. They can give review on the book and they can speak on the book, holding the book, hold the set, and they just set. They can just they can just speak for 1 minute. Okay, this book we got it. This is a very good book. This I read it. These parts of it is very beautiful. This is like that for 1 minute. If somebody, all the devotees do, it will be of great effort. We want to put it in the short in Bhakti Vikas Trust's YouTube channel. So if devotees do this, it will be very nice. You can put your name and send me. This is you can be any of the disciples of Prabhupada's disciples. Need not be just Bhakti Vikas Maharaj's disciples. You
Yes,
can tell
yes.
those devotees whom
Yeah,
you are disciples.
actually this book is useful for all the disciples and all the gurus
Yeah,
also.
that's what I'm saying. If you can tell, I'm Radha Prem Preeti or Gopinatheshwari Mataji or Rupananda Prabhu. I am Rupananda Das from Delhi. I got this book, The Mood and Mission of Srila Prabhupada by His Holiness Bhaktivikas Swami Maharaj. I recommend everybody to read this book. This is a very beautiful book, and you can read parts of it wherever you felt that this book is so inspiring. And just for 1 minute, you can make a clip and just send me. We will make a revolution by sending it to and share it to everybody. And I want to make it in a big way. This one, not everybody should see only Mood and Mission book everywhere, nook and corner of ISKCON, everywhere in Insta pages, everywhere. So why don't devotees help us? What do you think, all devotees? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Definitely, Prabhuji. I will try. I will.
Yeah, just 1 minute. You need to just put your phone wherever you're sitting or standing or wherever it is. Put your phone and hold the books, and you can tell somebody to hold your phone. That's fine. And just take the video for 1 minute. It's a short video, short reel, and explain about the three. You can't hold the three one just like okay. I have to show. Okay. You have to show like this. You have to show like this on the three volumes. Hare Krishna. So you can hold the three books in your hand and you can explain. So this is the Mood and Mission of Srila Prabhupada. I got it. So this is by His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj. I'm really inspired to read this book. And I recommend everybody to read this book. This is a very, very beautiful book. I've read many books of Maharaj. And this is one of the magnum opus of Maharaj after Bhakti Siddhanta Vaibhav. It's a very great book. Maharaj has put an effort of more than 25 years to put more than 9,000, 8,500 quotes together. Just made such a beautiful
Yeah,
book.
that's
I request all
wonderful.
the devotees to get. Hare Krishna.
But that Bhakti Siddhant's that Lion Guru, that book is exceptionally good.
Yeah. So we are trying to do now for this book. So I request all the devotees to make a a video. Even if it is more than 1 minute, also no problem. You
Yeah,
can
definitely,
speak.
I do. Yes.
You can no problem. It may be 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Also make a what is that? Whatever may be, it may be a perpendicular, it may be a vertical video, or like this landscape or portrait. We will do accordingly, and we will just publish it. If it is vertical, it will be good. We will publish it as short videos, short reels, or short shorts, YouTube shorts. It will be very good. YouTube shorts are very quick, so we can share it very fast. So we request all the devotees to make. Jagannath Chandra Prabhu, you can make. Mataji can make one video. Guru Bhakta Prabhu, you can make one video. Paramaratmananda Prabhu, you can make one video. Mataji can make one video. Chandralekha Mataji can make one video. You can make at least one video, at least for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. You can speak, and we will make it into shorten that, and we will post it. So, what do you think? Hare Krishna.
It's a good idea. Okay.
So I request all the devotees to do it, and we will. Actually, I have a 5 minute, less than 5 minutes video of Bhashakosh Prabhu. I recently visited Baroda temple. Prabhuji was graceful enough to help me to make a video, and then he told me, we will make it, and I shooted that video, and I will post it once if everybody devotees are, all the devotees are ready. We'll post one by one of the devotees. Every devotee matters. Whoever takes books, they should speak for at least 2 to 3 minutes, and we will spread this. And I want to collect all the contacts of from Bhakti Vikas Trust, and I want to contact each and every devotee to make that video. So that's suddenly I got this whole thought about doing something. I didn't prepare for this seriously, and I'm thinking that this will be a very grateful effort to push this book. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So we will meet tomorrow, and I expect on my WhatsApp this one. Don't post it in your. Don't post it on this page, on this BBT online reading whatever WhatsApp group. You can personally send me. I will do it. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
We need
Prabhu.
to
Thank
edit.
you.
We'll edit it and put your name in the on the this. Something we have to put the link, and some things we need to do it. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Namo Namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Swami Bhakti Prasad Maharaj ki jai. Murli Mishra Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Now, one thing, don't feel shy to do it.
No.
For Guru Maharaj, this one we should leave that our shyness, everything, and do it. Don't feel shy. Don't think that, oh, what will happen? Nothing will happen. We will just post it. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare
Because of you, so many books will be distributed. That's what we want. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.